Hello, Algebra 1 students. Here we are in Unit 5, Tier 2, Lesson 5, Graphing Linear Inequalities with Two Variables. Check off your booklet, please. Here we are in Lesson 5 of Tier 2 in Unit 5, Graphing Linear Inequalities and Two Variables. When we're graphing linear inequalities and two variables, we use the same graphing techniques as we do with slope-intercept. Plus, we must shade on one side of the line to show where all the solutions are found, because there are more than one solution with inequalities. Let's come down here and look at a couple examples. We still graph using the slope concept of rise over run from the y-intercept. The difference with graphing inequalities from linear functions is that we use two types of lines. A solid line when we have these two symbols, and if you remember, that's when we also have a solid dot from our inequality booklet, and then a dotted line when we have these two symbols, and if you remember, that's where we had our open dot in our inequality booklet. So they're very consistent. Let me show you how they look. So we're going to graph this one first. So we're going to come over here, and because it's in our slope-intercept form, we know that -3 is our y-intercept. So I'm going to come over here to the graph, and I'm going to come down to 1, 2, -3. There's my y-intercept, and my slope is 4, and I know that 4 as a fraction is 4 over 1, so I'm going to rise 4 and run 1. So for my y-intercept, rise 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm going to run 1. So there's my point right there. Now let's go look at my symbol. Well, I have this symbol right here, and that symbol is consistent down here with the dotted line. So when I draw my line for this graph, it's going to be dotted. So it'll be something like this. Now I got to decide which way I'm going to shade. So I need to pick a point. The easiest point to always pick is 0, 0. So in this case, 0, 0 is to the left of the line. So if I plug 0, 0 in, I get 0 is greater than, well, 4 times 0 is just 0, -3. So 0 is greater than -3, so I shade on that side. Okay, let's do the other example. So it's the same function here. I'm going to come down here, and I know that my y-intercept is -3, and then my slope again is the same as it is up here, 4 over 1, which I'm going to rise 4 and run 1. And then now because this is my symbol, I know that I have a solid line. And then lastly, I just got to pick which way I'm going to shade. Well, again, if I look, 0, 0 is to the left of this line. So let's plug that in. 0 is greater than or equal to 4 times 0, which is 0, -3. So it's saying 0 is greater than or equal to -3. And we know that that's true, so we're going to shade on the side of the 0, 0 point. So that means all the solutions fall on that side. So if we pick the solution, let's say -1, -1, and plugged it in over here. So if we said -1 is greater than or equal to 4 times -1 minus 3, that's going to give us -1 is greater than or equal to -4 minus 3, then turns into -1 is greater than or equal to -7. Well, we know that -1 is bigger than -7, right? So that means this point right here, -1, -1, should fall into the solution shade, and it does. Good luck on your practice sets.